Ever since my video on my growing disinterest in games, my partner and I have tried to encourage me to play at least one game per month that makes me smile or just keeps me engaged the entire way through, whether it be free, cheap, expensive, or just a small indie title. Last month she recommended I play a horror game, and since I didn't really feel like going on a hunt for a game, I just revisited Judy. And now a couple weeks later, I'm doing an entire timeline on the game. Yeah, you can blame her for that. Anyways, I found this game a couple nights ago on my monthly search for a game to play, and oh boy, this artwork alone got me invested. I hopped straight in and was greeted with this. I mean, come on bro, just from this title screen alone, I already knew this game was gonna be nothing but gas. And I'm happy to say, I was not wrong. codebunny has single-handedly brought me back to gaming. Well, this game just oozes style, whether that be the level design or something as simple as the options menu. The options menu. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's give this video a bit of structure, starting with the presentation and story. Set in the fictional world of Lumina, codebunny takes place in a world overrun by the terrorist group going by Mad Bunny. This game employs a very futuristic style for its menus and UI, even in 2 of the 3 levels in this demo. A couple of other games use the same style, I mean just look at Cyberpunk or even Sonic Frontiers, but the style feels different here. The characters and even some of the menus feel like a mixture between our present time and the future. The characters wear very modern clothing outside of their mission suit, and the menus don't feel too different from our very own. I also enjoy the character designs. I think streamlining everything a bit and just having everyone be a bunny was a really smart idea. I don't think a lot of people realize how much you can do with the design of a cartoon rabbit, a lot of which they take advantage of in this game. And depending on which character you choose, the game will give them different dialogue, adding a bit of extra character to Hazel and Axel, the 2 playable characters. This game's story is really intriguing, I must say. From the offset, we're left asking many questions, and depending on if you play as Axel or Hazel, the first level will be presented in a different context. For Axel, it's just another run-of-the-mill mission, nothing new from what she's done before at Lagos. But for Hazel, it's her first day, and she doesn't even crack a sweat, even when she's in a talking room with completely new people. But speaking of the talk rooms, this room is completely optional, but I recommend everyone check in there at least once or twice to get a bit more info on the world this game takes place in, because without it, you get no explanation for why or how certain things are happening. I don't want to spoil too much on the story, so I just say we hurry and get to the gameplay, cause oh boy, this game is fun. I'm gonna start with Hazel, considering her character design is what drew me into this game in the first place. As Hazel, you are given a sword and arrow, which when used in tandem with each other allow Hazel to perform a dash towards her enemies, damaging them. And this move alone opens up a plethora of ways to approach your enemies in this game. My favorite approach is generally to use it to get behind them and deal a load of damage. You can even tag multiple enemies at once and press the dash button and attack them all in quick succession. I mean, come on bro, this just looks cool and it feels even better to pull off. Hazel definitely is the hardest of the 2 to play, and so therefore is hard to master. Her playstyle definitely is the slowest of the 2, but I feel that makes her the best character to begin with, even if she really is hard to play. Oh, and also, be sure to play as her when going through Yokodo. The dialogue between her and that level's boss is really cool and raises a lot of great questions. And by the way, this is the hardest boss I've ever had to play against in a year. Sure, when playing as Axel it's easy to cheese, but with Hazel, this is like going through an actual anime fight without QTEs, and I absolutely love it. The amount of joy you get from finally beating this boss is just so satisfying, and I hope in the final game they don't change it, like, at all. Now it's time we talk about what I think is the easy mode of the game, and that is Axel. Axel is a speed type character, and she has a higher run speed than Hazel, and also slides across the ground a bit. You think this would be annoying, but it actually allows her character to flow really well from enemy to enemy, or just throughout the stage. Axel's moveset consists of a stomp ability on the Y button and a spin attack on the B button. The stomp attack is a great way to approach enemies from above and follow up with a spin move from behind. It's also used to take certain shortcuts in levels only Axel can utilize. It's a lot like Sonic 3 in that way, where other characters' abilities are used to take different routes and discover little secrets. Hey, but the spin move? Oh boy. Axel's basic attacks don't have that much range compared to Hazel, and so I guess to make up for that we have this. I mean, this is just hilarious. When I fought enemies through my Hazel playthrough, I actually felt I had to think in order not to get hit and continue my combo. But with Axel, this is just a walk in the park, and since the levels are already so short, you can imagine with a character built on speed and flow, they're gonna be trimmed down just a bit more. And the boss fights that were once challenging as Hazel are now insanely easy as Axel. This one move alone single-handedly breaks the entire game. So why do I love it so much? Well, it simply makes the game flow greatly. Hazel's gameplay is definitely the ideal way to play, but for fans of games like Sonic the Hedgehog or Spark the Electric Jester, you will feel right at home with Axel. And to me, I think she's fun. Not as much as Hazel, but she still flows greatly and allows the game to be a lot more chill. Cause this right here, this is not chill. The characters, the level themes, the story, the presentation, it all makes me smile and allows me to happily say, this is my favorite upcoming indie game. All I can do now is hope the project doesn't get canceled. So yeah, Code Bunny is a phenomenal game so far. Fans of the classic Sonic games are just fast-paced, combat-oriented platformers that have a lot of style, will walk away happy with what they played. But anyways, with that being said, here's another video of mine I think you'd really enjoy. You've already started watching my channel, so why stop here? Go ahead and click. Please, I need the views. But anyways, with all that being said, I've been Just Coolted, and until next week, later.